Hey, it's time for First Chapter Fridays. Today we're looking at a Prince Award winner called Claudia by Mary McCoy. This book starts with a quote by Robert Graves. This is a story of what I was, not what I am. During our first session, you told me, Claudia, you are what we call an excellent historian. You meant it in the therapist sense of the word, my ability to reflect upon my own troubles, their causes, and contributing factors, and craft a narrative around them. The story of my rise, my disgrace, the long string of humiliations and failures that had brought me to your couch, a box of tissues at my side. I had just mentioned Charles I of England, who was hounded by Oliver Cromwell and the Roundheads, arrested, made the subject of a trial, and sentenced to death. The day of his trial was cold, and Charles wore two shirts so that no one would see him shivering when he placed his head on the block and think that it was because he was afraid. The idea of putting a king on trial was novel to the English people, so novel, in fact, that no one noticed until it was too late that Oliver Cromwell and his new model army were crazy and insane, and that they just replaced an innocuous king with a full-blown tyrant. I was not trying to say that Charles I was the best king England ever had. However, out of them all, he certainly wasn't the one most deserving of public execution. Are you saying you feel like Charles I? You asked. Of course not, I said. He was a 17th century English king. He had a son to avenge him who would return from exile, overthrow Cromwell, and regain the throne. He was guaranteed a place in history. We have nothing in common. I was just saying that, in some small way, I might have understood how he felt standing before the executioner's block. Claudia by Mary McCoy.